Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. We're going to dive right into this reading. This is going to be a Libra reading. This is a general reading, so you could be a cross watcher for Libra. This could be a cusp. It could be a placement in your chart. This could be low vibrational, high vibrational Libra. All right. This could be past, present, or future situations, information. This could be clarity or validation for others of you. Gender is also fluid. Okay. So if I'm talking about a he, I could also be talking about a she. Like I said, this could be something that you've already gotten clarity on. This could be clarity or validation for you. Something that may have already happened. This could be something currently going on, either with you, past persons, or somebody around them, you. This could be what you have looking forward, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to your manifestation. So I only take what resonates. This entire Libra reading may not resonate with you, all right? So only take what does. If I say something is maybe unbeknownst to you, make sure you take that part. Ask for a sign from your spirit team to validate whether that is in significance to you. If that has anything to do with you, okay? We're going to dive right in and see what messages we have for Libra. What's the messages for Libra? Damn, that's too many, child. What messages do we have for Libra? Messages for Libra. Messages for Libra. What do my Libras need to know? What's my Libras need to know? Hey, grab another deck. First card out, don't borrow trouble. This talks about treat people with respect and keep gossip to yourself. Don't borrow trouble. Like, don't get in on somebody's gossip if you don't want them talking about you. Because if they know something about you, they're going to be talking about that too. You know what I'm saying? Treat other people with respect. If other folks gossiping, they, going this direction, on somebody else, get your ass up and walk off, or, let them know, like, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Let them people mind their own damn business. Because it seems like you minding their business. Don't do that shit. Like, don't borrow trouble. Don't sit around with other people gossiping about folks and putting your 2 cents in. Because when it's you, they're going to do the same thing to you. They ain't gonna pull no shorts. They ain't gonna hold back. Or somebody learning this, don't borrow trouble. Somebody may have been part of some gossip, and now, they the center of the gossip now. Because they didn't treat other people with respect. Some folks feel like just because it ain't about them, it's worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? Chiming in on, adding their 2 cents to it, debating on it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got an opinion, but when it comes to gossip, it's like they were talking about in that movie Sinners. You know what I'm saying? All of it is shit that is low vibrational stuff that allows people to end up being in that low vibrational mindset, energy, frequency that allows people to end up being, in spiritual attacks. You know what I'm saying? So, Black Camry with tint, 2020, be 2020, 2022 model. Could be significant. Somebody could have a black Toyota Camry with tint, or they did. Man or woman, messages for Libra. That's too many, child. Messages for Libra. What do my Libras need to know? Messages for Libra. Messages for my Libras. Libra. Somebody thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Enough is enough. Somebody did too damn much, bro. Ohio can be significant. And Ohio got a lot of goddamn, got a lot of issues coming up out of there right now. Like so many other states, you know what I'm saying? You can't really dump on Ohio because what's going on in Ohio going on all across the globe, you know what I'm saying? Every state got some Ohio issues going on in it, you know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with what they dealing with. But yeah, so far you got, somebody thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Somebody could have a down low lifestyle or something like that going on that they may not be, sure of, like, bringing up, or if it's going to, make a difference or something like that, or if it's going to change things, but they thinking about doing this. Don't mean they will, but enough is enough. Somebody saying enough is enough. Like somebody did somebody. And I'm getting that conversation I just had with somebody, when it came to people, just a side note. Where this guy was saying, there's the men today, a lot of the men today, not everybody, you know what I'm saying? So take it how it resonates. I don't know if some of you done came across some of those posts, where a lot of, emperors done, spoke their piece on how a lot of times people now seeing a lot of people dumping on women, you know what I'm saying? Women just ain't good enough, you know what I'm saying? They too independent. They ain't independent enough. They almost discredit even the woman that got them here. You know what I'm saying? They got so much negativity, so much disappointment, unsatisfactory, things to say about women. Like they do, it's a dude that said, shit, just be with a dude. You know what I'm saying? You ain't saying nothing about, some of the men that is in agreement with you. You already know, well, hardly, you know what I'm saying, or semi-softly, person want to get up with you. You ain't dumping on their body, you know what I'm saying? You might want to, a hard body, six-pack, dude, and you a man yourself. I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You can't help what you like and what you love, but don't put other people down to get there. You know what I'm saying? Don't borrow trouble. Don't sit around and, talk about something, talk about this or that. If, you on that train. If you on that ride, don't sit around and go back and forth with somebody else about something, you know what I'm saying, that you part of too. Because at that point in time, like I said, when it's time for somebody to, call you out on it, they going to do it, you know what I'm saying, and they going to be full throttle with it. They ain't going to hold back. They going to be just as aggressive about it when it's you. So don't think it's going to be any different just because you keeping, you sitting around and getting in on what they saying and to keep them from talking about you, or they going to talk about you as soon as you get up. They're going to talk about you as soon as you ain't around. And if they got to throw it, say it about you indirectly, they going to do that too. You know what I'm saying? But don't borrow trouble. I feel like somebody done did that. Clarify, don't borrow trouble. At the bottom just did. 9 of Cups in reverse. With the string. Yeah, somebody done overly indulged in something that went too damn far. Or they felt, like this dissatisfaction under achievement. Like somebody don't borrow trouble now. Clarify, don't borrow trouble. Messages for Libra. Messages for Libra. Got the 10 of Cups in reverse. Pisces energy. You got 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. 4 Somebody could be going through a broken marriage or a separation now, some type of domestic conflict, violence, or something like that, or some type of dispute. When it comes to them feeling like, this is the end, or, this could be a family dynamic that, it's done turned karmic or something like that, done turned toxic. And like now somebody, could be, feeling burnt out, exhausted, you know what I'm saying? That something ain't working out. Somebody born trouble. Somebody put somebody else down or talked about how somebody else's, marriage or connections is, or relationships done been, or how their marriage done turned out, or divorce is going, and now somebody else going through some shit, or talking about somebody else being in some abusive relationship, or toxic karmic family dynamic. Shit, now they going through it. Clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse. Don't borrow trouble. Messages for Libra. Because somebody communication is cut off. Like there's no, somebody, you know what I'm saying, like feeling restless, like somebody losing faith in what's going on, especially if if somebody's in no communication with you now, something like that, or you not communicating with someone, they not doing so well, like somebody not, somebody like can't get that inner peace in this home. It's too much going on. Yeah, somebody feel like enough is, What's the Ten of Cups in reverse? Messages for Libra. Don't borrow trouble. What's the Ten of Cups in reverse? Missed opportunity. Knight of Swords. Like somebody, it's abuse of power, like arrogance. Somebody, damn. Somebody stayed in a situation or something like that, or trying to how somebody try to pretend, something is okay when it's not. This is a missed opportunity, but it's like somebody unfocused, rude and shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody dealing with setbacks. This is like somebody gossiping about this with somebody else. Like somebody done talked about this, chimed in, or shared something about, and it could be gossip, you know what I'm saying? It could be, somebody just spreading rumors, about somebody, false narrative or whatever, but it's like whatever it is, it's like got somebody going through what they talked about somebody else going through. Like there's a lot of, what I'm saying, like somebody don't have no control over, what's going on right now. Like it's a lot of backlash going on. Like somebody catching some backlash from something that they done said, because even in the upright, the Knight of Swords talks about somebody being ambitious. You know what I'm saying? Very determined. But at this point, like somebody, even with the Four of Swords in reverse, Libra, that was at the bottom of the deck earlier. Like this is somebody that feel burnout, like chronic burnout. Like somebody like going through some type of like feeling some type of way that they can't talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could want to call another person and say something, talk about something, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could have went in a cycle with somebody that's abusive, or things done turn karmic, very toxic or whatever, and it's like a very unstable, unbalanced, kind of dynamic. And somebody was confused about where something would be. If somebody in the past was confused about, where something would go, like what if I get this offer to somebody and it don't pan out to be, this, or somebody went in another direction to spite another person. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, went in got involved, you know what I'm saying, just to flex or like show off or whatever, try to, you know what I'm saying, make a person feel some type of way that it ain't them. Like I got your person over here. We do like somebody got their person and it's abusive over there. Like it's karmic. It's toxic. You know what I'm saying? This is a very unhealthy, relationship. Some unstable, dynamic that somebody ended up with. Like something is falling apart, and it's like a lot of rudeness, a lot of abuse, of power, you know what I'm saying? Things being said, you know, because somebody's heart, you know, is closed off. Feeling unlucky, you know what I'm saying? An unwelcome, you know, kind of change. Some setback, like somebody dealing with some misfortune now. What's the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse? Clarify the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Enough is enough. Yeah, somebody done had enough. Like they don't want to deal with something anymore now. Like something is becoming like a pattern. It's ongoing. What's the Knight of Cups in reverse? I mean the Knight of Swords in reverse. What's the Ten of Cups in reverse? Messages for Libra. What's the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse? Somebody spoke rudely about somebody. Clarify the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Swords in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse. Taurus energy with the Knight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, like somebody dealing, you know, with some type of, you know, like somebody realizing now, you know, they own person. Somebody criticize somebody else's personal beliefs. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they think for themselves. You're a free thinker. There's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, possibly a Taurus. That's a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? You could have like new approaches to things, like that. You could be developing new approaches, or you know, finding new things, new ways to, new innovative ways, you know, to see things or approach things. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people look at you as the rebel. You know what I'm saying? You go against, you know, the grain, or you go against the odds, or you go against, you know, a lot of the rules that most people go by. That's traditionally, like you kind of, you know, make your own rules as you go. You know what I'm saying? Somebody sat here and they gossip, you know, in a very disrespectful way. You know what I'm saying? Don't borrow trouble. You know what I'm saying? Somebody went to capping on why somebody ain't got nobody. They went through this, they got through that, you know, and they had a missed opportunity, you know what I'm saying, being like this, and they went something like that. And it's like now, you know, somebody dealing with that same shit. Have somebody dealing with some deception, disappointment, you know, with the choices they done made, you know, because they didn't follow their heart. Somebody went in another direction despite, you know, how they, you know they deep down felt, you know what I'm saying, or didn't like the way somebody else was, you know, a free thinker, like, you know what I'm saying, unbiased, you know. Mm. And their lifestyle don't have to be a down low situation. It could be the fact that this person, you know, may have overly indulged in things that they felt like, you know, was beneficial, like it was gonna bring them some type of, you know, success behind it. Could be an opportunist. You know what I'm saying? That just date people based on their profession or what they feel like these people can do for them. But with this Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, this is like, you know, Libra, you could be dealing with a Scorpio or a low vibrational Scorpio, but yeah, somebody could be like an October 14th, October 15th, November 10th, or November 9th. Yeah, Libra, Scorpio. But it's like somebody dealing with a lot of unrealistic, you know, goals. Like somebody had like some unrealistic, you know, way of like showing how they felt about something, especially if they had a problem expressing their emotions. But somebody's very unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody does not think, you know, with their common sense. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that they not a free thinker, but this is somebody they definitely, you know, they got a lot of mental turmoil that go on, and it keeps their heart, you know, closed because they kind of, you know, think that if I don't allow my emotions to get involved, you know, I ain't got to deal with having to be responsible for what I do or say and shit like that. And now this person, you know, basically trying to avoid a tower. Somebody was an emperor in reverse. For sure. And probably thinking that that was their way of being a protector or something like that. Or, Clarify the Hierophant in reverse. Don't borrow trouble. What's the Hierophant in reverse? Queen of Swords in reverse. Libra, your energy could be, you could be dealing with a Virgo. Or this Queen of Swords could be this Virgo. You could be this Virgo. But it's like somebody very, you know, when I say don't borrow trouble, you know, treat people with respect. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody overly critical. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nothing nice to say about people. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, if it's not happening for them, they don't got nothing nice to say about nobody. They don't really have anything supportive, you know, to, you know, good advice to give you. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to this Hierophant in reverse, it's like somebody could be a free thinker, but, you know, there's a person in this group that's now realized, you know, just how overly critical, you know, somebody in this group is. Like very cold hearted. There's somebody in this organization, on this group, this Hierophant in reverse, like somebody realizing, you know, that they were a Queen of Swords in reverse. Now you got the King of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that ain't even productive in the shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how they, you know, get their message across. Somebody don't know how to express themselves, you know, in a healthy kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It's enough is enough. King of Cups in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Untrustworthy, unproductive. You know what I'm saying? They withdrawn. Like somebody's emotions be all over the damn place. They don't know how they feel, you know, one day to the next. You know what I'm saying? It changes. Or somebody don't, you know what I'm saying? They easily influenced. You know what I'm saying? Easily manipulated. This is a manipulator. This is a manipulator. They love you today, but tomorrow, depending on how you feel or how, you know, you say, you know, how they feeling today, they may not give two fucks about you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody came off to a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Like somebody came off to somebody like, you know, they unproductive. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody, Libra, you know, you may have, you know, gotten involved with, man or woman, you know, that, you know, just was not as reliable as you thought they would be. You know what I'm saying? they were very manipulative. Like if they took your emotions and ran with it and used it as a way to, get what they could out of you, or, you know what I'm saying? They only wanted to be, they knew you wanted them. They knew you really cared about them and stuff like that. It's like somebody using that as a way to get what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they knew you to be somebody, that was not like the rest, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is somebody that, will listen to people that will support, whatever theory they have or however they see something. And with this Hierophant in reverse, it's like somebody realizing, they need to think for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like they need to get outside of, being expected to think and do, what this group of people, expecting them to do. Like, what I'm saying? Be like the group, you know what I'm saying? Follow the group. Being a follower. And like somebody realizing, that ain't you. Or they know that you got your own way of doing things and something like that. And there's somebody in that group, or this is you. You know what I'm saying, Libra? Like you realizing, or somebody, realizing now, when it comes to you that, they think outside the box. Somebody doesn't, listen to how other people want them to do something. They, think for themselves. Somebody was not doing that at one time. Somebody didn't want another person trusting their intuition, or, using, that kind of communication, as a way to like keep somebody from like being somebody they can't control. Like when you got the Hierophant in the upright, this is like an authority figure. Somebody feeling like, it's my way or the highway. Do it this way, or, we're not going to do it at all, or something like that. But it's like, somebody else is a free thinker, or they getting to the point of seeing, they need to think for themselves instead of going by these rules, because something is suffocating for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't get you know what I'm saying? They can't catch a break. It's like, something they have to do to stay in line or keep this person, from being on their ass so much. Like somebody saying, damn, man, you keep your foot on my neck. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something like that. What's the Hierophant in reverse with the Queen of Swords in reverse? Messages for Libra. Because I feel like somebody criticized somebody else for how they is, all because they think for themselves. And they don't, follow, some rules, or, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not a follower. Somebody got their own swag, their own way of doing shit. Somebody else don't even have fucking boundaries. So at this point, this person criticizing what somebody else got going on, and it's really their authenticity. Somebody fucking hater. It's the Hierophant in reverse with the Queen of Swords in reverse. It's the Hierophant in reverse with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Because this is just authenticity, to be honest. And somebody criticize somebody for being they self. You know what I'm saying? For thinking outside the box. And it's like somebody seeing somebody, yeah. Somebody kicking themselves in the ass now. Oh, this is you, Libra. Because somebody now, are they feeling some type of way towards about you now? Libra, like this inability to face facts. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody knew how they felt about you. You know what I'm saying? Or you knew how you felt about somebody in the past, but it's like you knew somebody was marriage material. You know what I'm saying? Wifey material, husband material. You know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody, criticizing themselves or putting themselves down, or they, this is, how you may have felt in the past about something, when it was regarding possibly a fire sign. You could have fire in your chart. You could have been dealing with a Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag. Don't have to be, but it's like somebody, is an inner critic as well. Like somebody putting themselves down. Like, damn, why would you know, I got to be a fucking fool to this, and this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guilt here, when it comes to this Four of Wands, because somebody feel as though they did too goddamn much. You know what I'm saying? They allowed something, to go on that really was not necessary. Somebody was reckless. You know what I'm saying? Knight of Wands in reverse. Exactly. And now somebody, feeling like they, off balance, like they don't feel like they made some type of success, you know what I'm saying, or got some type of fulfillment, especially, when it comes to something moving slow for them, or they were moving slow, due to the fact that they getting clarity now, like somebody realizing now, that fast, that slow pace of them moving, when they were trying to gain, somebody was moving at a slow pace because they had to gain some clarity, like somebody was, being put in a situation where they had to see, was no purpose in, all these different options they thought they had, these endless choices they thought they had. These choices, these weren't even choices. These weren't even options. They weren't even, nothing or nobody that they would have found any purpose in, because this person needed to start with themselves, Libra. So it's like somebody knows somebody, wanted another person. But it's like somebody wanted to discredit them for wanting that person because they think differently. They think for themselves, and somebody else was criticizing somebody else and putting another person down for having boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody tried to make somebody feel as though that's like, and they got this, that's why they can't get nobody. They think they're gonna be like this, or somebody gonna be like that. Okay, well, get the fuck on down, because at the end of the day, somebody marriage material, somebody's wifey, husband material. Now somebody looking like a goddamn fool. Or this is you now. Take it how it resonate, because this damn judgment is in reverse and it's in Libra energy, but it's like somebody could have fire in their chart. You know what I'm saying? But they could, also be dealing with a fire sign, Libra. You could, there's a fire sign that could be criticizing themselves right now. So take it how it resonate, but this is a lot of guilt. Because at this point, this is them, trying to avoid judgment, for not wanting to face the facts. Facts is facts. Just because you deny how you feel about somebody don't mean it's true. The truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can deny the truth all day long. It ain't gonna make it a lie. It just ain't. You know what I'm saying? Clarify, enough is enough. Libra energy. Yeah, you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like somebody got too many setbacks going on. Nine of Swords in reverse. Somebody just want to let go. They, could be releasing worry, gaining clarity. You know what I'm saying? The more somebody ain't talking or ain't around somebody with this Nine of Swords in reverse, there's no talking, no communication, no contact. It's a lot of, somebody like, on the brink of, like, can't take this no more. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough. Like, they dealing with a whole lot of setbacks, right now. Piscean energy. Like, somebody feeling unlucky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this unwelcome change. Like, somebody feel like, no matter how much it done put into themselves, like, they feel like it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? But it's like delays, a loss of control. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody feel like this is like, there's nothing but misfortune going on for them. And finding out a lot of deceit, a lot of deception, a lot of gossip. Don't borrow trouble. Like somebody finding out some of the Hierophant in reverse. Like somebody finding out a lot of these damn people that they were dealing with, was supporting each other's, mindset and behaviors and shit like that. But this is because a lot of them now, they seeing them as very gossipy, very deceptive. You know what I'm saying? They all on that bullshit, when it come to a betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Deception, gossiping, scandal. You know what I'm saying? Three is a crowd. Somebody, felt like, all these people they were hanging out, partying with, and, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up with, had, different people that they would, you know what I'm saying, hang out with, do things with, you know what I'm saying, like had a good history with, good vibe with, whatever the, everybody's, niche was, a reason for being around each other, came with they seeing now just how gossipy these folks is. You know what I'm saying? They talking about shit that them put them in situations that this person probably going out running, into people they running into and shit, having to square up with folks or getting confronted by stuff that ain't even true. You know what I'm saying? Or people confronting their ass and causing altercations and problems and shit in this connection in their marriage and they, relationship now, that they finding out shit. This person got to take up for this person because they done got in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you done did now? Like, what you done said? Like, man, they doing it. It's like that. And people done lost their lives too many times, coming up and trying to take up for their girl. Or something that, they boyfriend done started. Or somebody you messing around with, you done put them in something. Showing up somewhere, now somebody trying to confront your ass about something you posted online. Didn't expect to even run into them. Now somebody feel like, this a misfortune. Like somebody feel like shit. Clarify the wheel of fortune in reverse. Messages for Libra. Clarify the wheel of fortune in reverse. Enough is enough. Yeah, somebody finding balance. Capricorn energy. Like somebody finding balance. Like they, prioritizing making a decision. Eight of Swords in reverse. Like somebody, releasing, what I'm saying, letting go. Letting go. Like shit, enough is enough. Somebody regaining awareness, what I'm saying? Like freeing themselves from these self-limiting beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like limiting, how they see things. Like even with the Eight of Swords and the upright, this is like being stuck in that negative mindset, thinking, if I don't go this route, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if I go this way, shit might not work out. You know what I'm saying? If I go toward this person, shit might not work out. Like I said, thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Somebody don't know, you know what I'm saying? But they freeing themselves from, being stuck in their head of knowing whether they should or shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, they feel like they want to. With the Eight of Swords in reverse. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's a yes, you know what I'm saying? And they could want to, you could want to, Libra, come clean with this person. Or there's a, Gemini, that wants to come clean, about their lifestyle. But somebody wants some productivity. They want something, you know what I'm saying, to move forward. They want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, if it's no communication, like somebody want to break that silence, you know what I'm saying? They want to release themselves from all these worries, these fears, you know what I'm saying? Possibly a rejection or possibly being cussed out, shit, whatever. Somebody regaining awareness, you know what I'm saying? They know why they being blocked. They know why they ain't, even if the universe blocking them, they know why. Like somebody know why someone, done took the route and went on. Like they know why somebody took that exit. And it may not be a good feeling that they can't talk to, that you can't talk to this person or whoever this is that comes to mind for you, Libra. So, or they may feel some type of way, that they can't talk to you or you can't talk to this person. Or somebody, no communication is going on. But somebody want to, make a decision. They want to, balance out things, make something right. Make something right. Like somebody could be balancing, paying attention now to what they put their time and their energy into. Now they got to find balance. Like they got to make a decision. They can't just go through life being indecisive. What's the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Pentacles? Enough is enough. What's the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Pentacles? Messages for Libra. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody see you as goal-oriented. Very faithful. A good planner. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's very trustworthy. Financial opportunity could be coming in, like they, could be, they pentacles could be coming in slow, you know what I'm saying? They could be coming in as a page of pentacles, but they coming in as, somebody faithful, goal oriented, you know what I'm saying? Coming out of this immature ass phase, you know what I'm saying? They could be young at heart, but they're coming off as somebody, that as ambitious, you know what I'm saying? Loyal, faithful. Or they see you as this. They could be coming off as that. This person could be younger than you, Libra, or like I said, they could be young at heart. Don't. Somebody may not come in with much, but they coming in, start, what it is, starting from the bottom, now we here. So this person may have to start over. You know what I'm saying? Because of where they was and how they saw things and how they thought about achieving it, being who they were. And that's not how you do something. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be with people shitting on other folks. Be prepared, if somebody going to step on other people to get where they going. Don't be surprised, if you've been helping them and supporting them and doing it too and ain't seeing nothing and ain't paying no attention to them doing that. Shit, you falling, with the rest of them, you got to get this, this karma right along with them because you were supposed to been learning lessons. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to been making shit better. And if you seen that shit wasn't, working out for you, it wasn't, the way to go, should have been got your ass up and left. Ain't that what Halle Berry said in Boomerang? When she was like, I love you. You love me, huh? Love should have brought your sorry ass home last night. So can't love somebody that much that you, couldn't tear yourself away or couldn't keep yourself from, being in somebody else's arms or somebody else's bed if you love me that damn much. You love me so much you had to go lay down with somebody else. Yeah. So it's like that. This person, could see you as somebody loyal, faithful, goal oriented, or this is how they coming off. Got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Somebody could have been abusive, when it came to their power. Somebody could have manipulated, love bombs you, like trying to talk about how they feel, you know what I'm saying? Like saying what they can say to keep a cycle open, knowing damn well, they intentions ain't good, ain't pure, ain't long, you know what I'm saying, at all. Shit crazy. And they didn't have no boundaries. This is somebody, that's irrational. You know what I'm saying? Very irrational. Like this is somebody that don't have any structure. They abuse their power. Whatever they can say, to keep something going for themselves, that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? And somebody didn't think you were going to walk away until you did. Six of Swords. Well, you may not have thought somebody was going to, take flight, but they did. Especially if somebody, was involved and they was involved with you or they felt some type of setback. Or somebody, feeling unlucky, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit is going backwards, you know what I'm saying? Or at a standstill, like, what I'm saying? But the table's always turning. Wheel of Fortune always turning. You just have to keep going, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing the right thing. Eventually, when you look up, shit'll be going in your favor. But, you're going to have to make a decision. Two of Pentacles. Like, this person could be at the bottom of the wheel right now because they hadn't made a decision. And they could be dealing with a lot of setbacks. Or this is you. You know what I'm saying? So take it how it resonates, Libra. Somebody dealing with a lot of setbacks, but that's because they were indecisive for so long. You know what I'm saying? And sitting around talking about and shitting on somebody else and dealing with people that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And now they going through it. Whoever else, that was sitting around, trying to make themselves out to be the better person. Somebody went and chose somebody or got with some other people or somebody else because everybody else supported it and they end up going through the worst. If they were thinking about if you were wondering or somebody was wondering if something was going to not work out with you, shit, it didn't work out with whoever they went toward any damn way. So they got it either way. They got the outcome either way. Shit. Clarify thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Who is this? Messages for legal. Thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Clarify. Knight of Wands in reverse. Mm-hmm. Somebody was out here being reckless, baby. I'm wrecking shit. You hear me? They wrecking shit out here. Mm-hmm. Somebody got used to how they were doing shit. Like, whatever been working for them, they've been doing. If I know I'm going to be able to keep some, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep me some hoes around. So shit, you know. Clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse. Thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. What's the Knight of Wands in reverse? Thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Messages for Libra. Thinking of coming clean about their lifestyle. Yeah. At the Five of Wands, Leo energy. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody wanna, you know, bring some type of peace. You know what I'm saying? They wanna avoid some type of conflict. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to some type of cooperation. Like, you know, they wanna be able to come in and ask for some type, wanna work with you, compromise. You know what I'm saying? Resolving some type of dispute between you and them. Because somebody was out here being reckless, baby. Five of Wands in reverse. Like somebody, you know, battling with, you know, some things within themselves when it comes to whether they, you know, what they done did, what they done caused. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went back and forth with themselves more than one time, you know, on things, on more than one occasion on, you know, what it is that they got themselves involved in. All these disputes and, you know what I'm saying, trying to avoid conflict with all these other people that they done, you know, involve themselves with, you know what I'm saying? So they don't know one way or the other, you know, they know something gonna come with a lot of conflict. You know what I'm saying? They trying to avoid it, but you know, at the same time they could want to compromise. You know, with you, it's like somebody don't want to have to deal with the conflict coming. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, you know, the lifestyle that they had. You may have came with people that didn't want to walk away. They, you know, got to worry about these people popping back up, started calling them, still trying to get in touch with them, or, you know, they could be resolving disputes, you know, with people right now before they come towards you because somebody thinking of coming clean to you about their lifestyle, you know. But they, you know, Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, they want to give you some type of offer. Somebody sees you, you know, as wish fulfillment, but you know, they lacked that teamwork in the past. Like, you know, they wasn't making a focused effort. You know what I'm saying? They may have felt like they, you know, they may have dealt with some insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Being a coward. You know what I'm saying? Abusing their power and shit like that. Especially if they, you know, had issues with being vulnerable. Somebody didn't want to open up, be vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? Very immature in the past. You know what I'm saying? So somebody went where, you know, they didn't really have to be they better self, they higher self. They could be their south node ass self, and they could just, you know what I'm saying, bask in the, you know, bullshit. So now they know they want to give you this Two of Cups. You know what I'm saying? They want to give you an offer. You know, they see themselves, you know, being at the top of the wheel with you. Like somebody sees you, you know what I'm saying, as a wish come true. But at the same time, they, you know, having to release themselves, you know what I'm saying, and trying to come some type of compromise with this Five of Wands in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever it is, it's like somebody trying to resolve some type of dispute. You know what I'm saying? They may have a lifestyle, whatever lifestyle they, you know, ended up getting themselves into, like may have been, you know, something now that they, you know, trying to go around and do, you know, low key. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep, you know, bullshit down or whatever. What's the Five of Wands about? What's the Five of Wands in reverse about? Resolving dispute. I'm going to compromise. Clarify the Five of Wands in reverse. That's just for Libra. What's the Five of Wands in reverse? Clarify the Five of Wands in reverse. And they could be trying to come to some type of compromise with these people, you know, that they done laid and played with, you know what I'm saying? Trying to avoid conflict, you know, with these folks. Be a water sign doing this. Clarify the Five of Wands in reverse. What's the Five of Wands in reverse? What's the Five of Wands in reverse? Messages for Libra. What's the Five of Wands? Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck in the upright with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Magician in reverse. Somebody thinking of telling you, you know, about their lifestyle, but it's like somebody, you know, maybe blocked their communication because they still got some healing to do. Like somebody still got some, you know, changes they need to go through. Because I feel like somebody's communication is, you know, there was a miscommunication somewhere. Like somebody's intuition, you know, was not only was their intuition blocked, I feel like somebody was confused. Like somebody didn't know how to see something or didn't know how to it's like somebody saying, you know, I didn't think you meant that. I didn't think you meant that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody, like if somebody's saying, listen, if you don't want this, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be part of this no more. I don't want to be with you. You know, this is over. This is a wrap. Enough is enough. Somebody didn't think that you meant forever. You know what I'm saying? Or that you would never come back. It's something like that, you know. Because somebody feels like, you know, there was a miscommunication somewhere. A missed opportunity. It's like, you know, an injustice. Like, but I feel like somebody had some confusion, like, going on. Like, somebody was confused in what to think or how, like, them want to tell you what they, you know, want to complain about their lifestyle. Somebody confused as to how. If somebody told you in the past, like, they, you know, what their lifestyle was like, if they didn't tell you, Libra, they want to tell you now. They thinking about telling you now because right now, you know, there's a miscommunication. Like if somebody told you how their lifestyle was like, what their lifestyle was like in the past, that was like it was in the past, it was before you, and they talked about this, you could be thinking that this person, you know, would do you like this, or they had some ways or something about them that made them, like the root of somebody's problem was, you know, something that they had to accept, you know what I'm saying, that was playing out in another connection. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever somebody reckless, you know, lifestyle was like, you know, when they was out here, you know, slaying and playing, it's like, you know, they may have had a lot of people that was fighting over them and shit like that, like kept something going. Or this is you. And it's like, you know, somebody may have thought, you know, this may have caused a missed opportunity for somebody because of what they used to being like or who they used to being with. And something ended up putting a person, you know, in a situation where they felt like, you know, listen, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's exactly what that is. Now somebody, you know, dealing with, you know, talking with someone, coming up with new ideas, you know, finding new ways to, like, You know, they building their confidence. You know what I'm saying? Building this, you know, somebody, you know, their inspiration, like looking more into the things that inspires them to do better. You know what I'm saying? Because now somebody wants to express, you know, they interests. You know what I'm saying? Creative ideas, like finding new ways to express something. You know, without going towards somebody gossiping and shit like that. You know, dealing with, you know, messy ass folks. It's like somebody like dealing, whoever somebody Libra, whoever you get to dealing with, child, them these motherfuckers be messy. All right, I don't know if you like mess or you know get caught up in mess, you know, because of the folks that come towards you or that you be drawn to. But even if you a light worker, you're gonna pull, you know, light workers, you know, light, you know, entities and dark. You're not gonna be able to be a light entity and not deal with dark, you know, souls too. You know what I'm saying? They just as attracted to your energy as, you know, your soul tribe. You know what I'm saying? People like minded, you know, and the world right now is overly populated with, you know, dark souls. So, you know, light workers and people awakening is very important. You know what I'm saying? To put God first, to know that, you know, you made in God's image, you created in God's image. You know what I'm saying? Love on yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't truly think you love yourself, you're going to fool everybody else, you know, like you. And that you're going to find yourself in a group full of people that is with that fake ass love and calling people that really love folks toxic. You get a distorted version of what love and who, you know, really love you. You know what I'm saying? And people, it's coming out in a lot of these readings. You know, where people feel like, you know, material things is what shows them love. And without the material things, they don't think you love them. You don't got money, how you love me? You don't have a big house. You know, how do you don't love yourself? Like if you love yourself, you'll want to see yourself in a big house. I'm fine in this motherfucking house I'm in. You got to appreciate where you are and love, you know, how far you done came before you can even appreciate where you going. And whatever else, you know, it is out there. Because just because somebody got a bigger house don't mean they got a bigger heart. Some people's heart is cut off to your ass. They don't give a damn how big that damn house is. They don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? More rooms, you know what I'm saying? There's just rooms they can hide, you know, a skeleton in here and there and keep it moving. So, what's the Ace of Swords in reverse with this? What is this? Five of Wands in reverse. What's the Five of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Swords in reverse? Let me go back. Because I want to see if this person, you know, I know they wanting to tell you about their lifestyle. Will they tell the collective, the Libra, about their lifestyle? Will this person tell about their lifestyle? Will this person come clean about their lifestyle to the collective? Nine of Swords? No? Gemini energy, they could not, you know, they may not come clean to you about it. They could be in their head about it. Why the Nine of Swords? About coming clean about their lifestyle. Why the Nine of Swords? This is just for Libra. Why the Nine of Swords? About them coming clean. Six of Pentacles in reverse. They may not come clean to you about their lifestyle because they maybe feel like, you know, they not going to get from you what they used to give. Like somebody feel like you're going to hold back from them. Like you're not going to be as generous with them as you used to be. You're not going to be as, especially if they feel like they come in with some type of fake, clear, you know, fake charity. or they feel like, you thinking, that they may not tell you about their lifestyle. And they probably can't because you got them blocked, or the universe got them blocked, possibly because of, what it is that they feel like your ancestors could have this person blocked based on the fact that they, went the route they went. You know what I'm saying? When they came to you. Like your ancestors could have them blocked because they, may not be wanting to come in, and give you this equal give and take. You know what I'm saying? Or this is somebody that may not have, if they made it about you not having something and they don't have it now, it's like your ancestors like, shit, now you going through what you was sitting around gossiping and talking about somebody not having shit. Now you ain't got it, and, we're not letting you in to this person until you can, you got your shit up, until you got your shit together. What's the Six of Pentacles in reverse? I'm telling you. Somebody gaining clarity about, an Emperor in reverse. And this is why Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like, yeah. Like if somebody, was not willing to work with another person, Three of Pentacles in reverse, like they wouldn't get some type of recognition or something like that. Or they feel like you getting more attention or something like that. You got more. Or this person lack commitment. You know what I'm saying? They got commitment issues. They may not tell you. They may not be able to tell you because you got them blocked. Because you got them blocked. Nine of Swords. Because you probably think, they not going to come in with this equal give and take. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't willing to work with you in the past. Like they could, they had commitment issues. That you done gained, or some clarity, done came about them being an emperor, somebody getting some clarity about them being an emperor in reverse. They getting some clarity, on, if they were confused about how something was, or how you saw them, or how they saw themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody looking at the fact, man or woman, that they were dealing with an emperor in reverse, somebody that abused their power. They very grimy, somebody very low vibrational. Like even, when you think about an emperor in reverse, when you're talking about a snakes worker, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's like a ruthless, you know what I'm saying? Cold-hearted ass pimp, you know what I'm saying? So somebody may have been that, in the past, but they realize it now, to get out of their own way, you know what I'm saying, and look at something for what it is. Like shit, this person may not want to tell you what their lifestyle, was like, you know what I'm saying? Because they know, you know what I'm saying, like they don't feel like things gonna be the same between you and them. They could be having some curiosity questions now, when it comes to creative ideas, things they wanna, a new approach and stuff like that. Like you could be working on something new now, that just keeping it close to your chest. This person could want to know what you're working on, what you got, who you with. You know what I'm saying? Could be recovering financially. Yeah. But somebody could want to, ask you for forgiveness, for leaving you out in the cold. Putting the past behind them with the world in reverse. Somebody want to come in, and be generous now with this Four of Pentacles in reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be a Capricorn. Yeah. Especially, like I said, this person out of Page of Pentacles now. You know what I'm saying? From all this reckless ass spending. Putting their energy into things that really just, been eating away at their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was just like around a lot of damn energy vampires. Hell, they was one. Shit. Aries, Leo, Sag. Somebody damn sure was around a lot of low vibrational, environment people. But because you operate different, or somebody operate different, somebody got treated and talked about, for who they were, and they were just really being authentic. Give me one more for Libra on this message. Give me one more. Part of this message for Libra. You got any more on this message for Libra? You got he's sick, he's love sick over his loss. And Beauty by Drew Hill. I don't own the copyrights to this, but definitely listen to this song in its entirety. Get the message in it. It meant for you, collective. Give me one more. Like somebody being shown they are emperor in reverse, though. That's for damn sure. Like they, enough is a damn enough. Like somebody wanna, give an opportunity, but it's like they know if they don't make some changes, and the fact that they didn't give you that equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And this Three of Pentacles in reverse, like, yeah. They're getting some clarity about it now because they, realizing now, shit, they were karmic as hell. Like somebody was toxic. They was definitely, the problem. They was in their own way, but, at the same time, they abused their power. Any more on this message for Libra? I'll close out. Any more on this message for Libra? All right, so we're going to end it here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Anything you need from me will be in the description box below. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.